This is the officers' meeting of October 23rd. Welcome, everybody. Could we do roll call, please, Tony?
Yes, Joanne Robinson here. Tony Burrows is here, David Boaz.
Yeah.
Jerry Satowski.
Here.
See ya. Bruce Stutzman.
Yes.
Stu is not here, right? Patricia Caputo.
Here.
Fausto Fabro.
Here.
And Donald Foster is
Yeah.
here. And guests I have down John Timmerman, Irene Bernard, and Terry Bernard. Anybody else for not saying?
Artist last name.
White.
W-E-I-S.
W-E-I-S. Okay, thank you. Got it.
I know we all read the minutes, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the minute.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Joanne Robinson, seconded by Bruce Stutzman. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will be accepted as presented. We're gonna skip to the manager's report because we have a couple of items to go over.
Couple.
So, a couple, yes.
A few. All right, guys, real quick. South Canal, that project has resumed. They're now working in section 2, which is the Wellington K, L, and M. Our project manager engineer Kyle is scheduled to be here today to inspect the work, make sure it's being done to his specifications. I also made contact with Seacrest Services because once this job is complete, we're going to have to add some mowing to our annual maintenance contract. Since the sod that's been put down is Bahia sod, which is slow growing and doesn't require irrigation, Seacrest thinks that quarterly would be the right interval to have this stuff mowed. So they're gonna send us a proposal. It would be an amendment to our existing contract. That's South Canal. North Canal. Today, a surveyor, Tim Smith, is on the property and he's surveying the entire canal, including the parcels we now own, and an additional parcel, which is an old roadway easement. Once that's completed and gets to our engineer, Derek, who's gonna be our project manager, Derek's going to create an RFP and we're gonna bid this work out. The existing vendor over at South Canal, Shenandoah, will be one of the proposing vendors, and they're doing a good job for us. This survey will also be sent to our attorney, Paul Lester, who will use it to try to obtain ownership of that unowned parcel on behalf of UCO, which is one more important step to go towards getting this job done. So that's it for North Canal. Next, we have the refurbishment of the Plymouth Laundry. The permit the application is in. So that's working its way through. There was some comments that have to be dealt with
I
this
saw that,
week.
yeah.
Spoke to Edgar this morning. He's working on that. The architect, Danielle, is back from abroad and she's going to put together an RFP to be our project manager for that project. So that's all I got now for laundry. Except we do have a proposal from a company called Axon to take over the machines and operate them for us. But that's still with our attorney. So expect you'll see that in the coming month. Finally, the paving that you approved last month is scheduled to happen on the 3rd and 4th of next month. So we'll have a little bit of activity on our roads. And well, that's enough, right?
Not yet, but.
Oh, you want to put a little more on?
No,
Yeah,
that's-
go for it. That's all I have.
We're not doing enough.
Unless you guys have any questions or work for me. Thank you.
Okay. Treasurer's report.
Aside from the fact that we have approved the budget for this year, we updated the list because it changes from year to year of who the management companies are for all the different associations. And we, I believe, have distributed the breakdown to every association via their management companies. And a lot of people coming in because they're scheduling budget meetings, which is really good. I'm happy to see, people are getting a jump on next year's budget. And other than that, that's it for me.
And just so that all the officers know, we're now requesting as parts have the annual filing with us for the delegate assembly to let us know who their property manager is and who their contact person is.
Good.
So it's very important that that information that be made available. Donald has sent out requests saying that in case of an emergency, we need to know who's on call 24/7. Since we have some newer companies, I think there's 6 of them now, right?
Yeah. That number is growing. In other words,
Yeah.
managers who are not Seacrest or Fester.
Right.
1-offs, 2-offs.
Right, that they have 1 or 2. Okay, so if anybody wants to, when they fill in that delegates form, there's a spot there, we need to know who the management company is. And I'll be sure to include that in my presentation to the presidents that make sure that they let us know.
So is there a new form then?
We're working, yeah, that's being done.
Very
Yep.
good.
We're working on that. Okay, reporter. Ms.
Okay,
Ruth.
that's me. The paper, you must know by now, is finished. It will be delivered tomorrow. It's already online if you want to look at it. And we have a nice new ad from Breeze Line, which I thought was very good. They're welcoming back the winter residents and telling them how to restore their service. But it's a good-looking ad. It's in the paper.
God bless you.
God bless you. And I gave the back cover to our veterans. They're having an appreciation luncheon that they need to respond to. This is on the back cover. Nice job. Eva gave them space in the clubhouse, of course. She approved it all. We sent and that's that.
Well, that's nice.
And that's all I have to report.
Okay. All right, we have some new business. Some of you that are here in your package, the Bids and Infrastructure Committee, a approved Superior fence. Included in here is the contract. This is to replace the fence along the Windsor section, which is the south side where the cleaning of the South Canal has been done. It's finished. So that, bringing it to you, look at it. There were 2 vendors. Bids and Infrastructure Committee came down with this vendor. And they approved the price of $29,673. Look at it, and if you have no questions, I'll entertain a motion. I'm sorry? Okay. Motion made by David Boaz, seconded by Patricia Caputo. Are there any questions on this motion? Yeah, so Tony, when you will do a roll call vote, please?
Yes, I will. Let me just get it down properly.
No problem.
Okay, I have a motion by David Boaz and seconded by Patricia Caputo to accept Superior Fencing's bid as presented in our package. Joanne Robinson?
Yes.
Okay, Tony Burrows, yes. David Boaz?
Yes.
Jerry Satowski?
Yes.
Bruce Stutzman? Who's not here? Patricia Caputo?
Yes.
Fausto Fabio?
Yes,
Motion carried.
good. The next item on the agenda is Meridia. We have a price quote here. Meridia is, as you know, we used to have clickers to vote at delegate assembly. And the programs that were purchased at the time can no longer be updated. The company that they bought the clickers from is no longer in business. And David Boaz reached out to this company and, David, you want to say any words? Anything?
That's pretty self-explanatory. And there, unfortunately, that's this.
We only had the one bid. And we did have a Zoom meeting with a representative from this company. And they do have support in case we need it. We asked them if the program would be upgradable for at least 10 years. And they said yes. And should we require them to come here and help us to use the system, they're willing to do that. The annual up cost is $1,000. We have that in writing. We have an email to that effect. And the initial cost is $15,655. The only thing that's not included in this, I believe, is the computers, right?
Right.
So we would have to purchase 2 laptops to make this system work.
How many people can you vote for on it at one time?
The upgraded voting system, you can vote up to 99 people.
Tell you what, before we get into discussion, why don't we get inside about?
Yeah, I want to get a motion.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion
Motion made by Patricia Caputo,
to accept the proposal from Meridia for the, what are we calling this? Digital
Voting system.
keypad clicker.
Okay, keypad clicker in the amount of $15,655 as the initial payment, and then $1,000 a year, correct?
Yes,
To maintain it.
yeah, 900, it's actually $995. We have a copy of the email attached in your package. Who's gonna second it?
I've seen it. I'll second it.
Seconded by Joanne Roberts. Now, discussion.
The discussion is they will upgrade it as needed, and they'll come if we have a problem. Is there a limit on the time? Like a 30-day, 6-month guarantee, whatever?
I asked for 10 years.
We asked for
remember,
10
in the
years,
meeting.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
Will you be able to service these 10 years out? He
Yeah.
said, and the answer was yes.
okay, we'll go into the contract and
Now,
then,
that's a good question.
Hopefully they'll be, still be in business.
well.
Well, we always run that risk,
That's
but
true, but I'd like to see everything in writing. It makes it,
Yeah,
my thought here is that once, assuming that the board approves this, I would request a draft contract and we're gonna review it and have Rod review it.
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, John.
2 laptops, we get them from them, and any idea of the cost?
No, we would probably get them through Steve, our IT man.
All right, see you guys.
And how many clickers are with this package?
The 308, this, I believe this says 285, but I thought it was 300 and something.
Oh,
did you ever have 285 people in your, nothing?
But the quote is for 285, but I believe we had told them it was 340. I've never seen 340 people in delegates.
Delegates, 3 hours.
Actually, 309.
I
Really?
think David raised this.
Yes, David, I'm sorry.
So what are we going to use these for?
Well, these could be used for regular voting on when we have contracts or stuff. And my thought is that we could also use them for voting. For when we run for office
Annual election.
and annual elections. When we spoke to this gentleman, they do this for communities. They do this for association boards, town council meetings. And my thought is that we could also use that when we vote for delegates and new officers in Yucca.
Will if we use these for elections, will this be a recorded vote? Or will it be a non-recorded vote?
It would automatically be a recorded vote because it goes up on the screen.
Talking about how the person voted.
how the person
Anonymous
voted.
or anonymous. or-
It's, as far as I know, I don't think anybody's name comes up there. And if you're asking, are we going to assign a clicker to an individual? That needs to be determined.
Excuse me, John.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Derek.
yeah,
That really wasn't my question. I didn't pose it very well.
What is
I
it?
realize it's not going to go up on the machine, which we voted.
Yeah.
But you have to have some type of a hard copy when you're doing a vote. Somewhere it has to be maintained. If that person voted, is that some report going to be printed out somewhere that shows how this person voted?
that particular clicker, I don't know. And I mean, I'm sure that if we ask, I remember the gentleman saying that they do have a recording of the votes per vote that was taken. Whether how each individual clicker votes, I don't know if we could probably do that, but that would mean
But
assigning
why would
a
you?
clicker to a specific individual, which I don't think that would be up to them, it would be up to us.
But why would you want?
But why would you want to?
I don't want it to be
I'm talking to,
recorded,
yeah.
but I'm afraid it could be done. And I'm afraid of some kind of retaliation that might be done to voters that have their recorded version.
But
But we record now anyway when you
No, we
vote.
don't.
no,
Every vote is completely anonymous right now in the election.
And why would it not be anonymous when you vote on the
Asking
clicker?
these things,
I know, but I'm asking you, why would it not be anonymous?
because it does have a recording capability.
well, but that would mean that we would have to record who we gave that click. We would have to assign a number to the clicker
Not a
and
good
then
idea.
have whoever's checking them in assign the individual to that clicker. And if we don't do that step, then it remains anonymous. Go
Right.
ahead,
Now,
Donald.
I'm thinking about, not this administration, but if it goes to a different administration.
Well, that's, you know,
Well,
My thought is that if the officers, election committee, et cetera, decided they wanted the votes to continue to be anonymous, you simply give the clickers out randomly.
right.
If you wanted it to be an open and recorded vote, you would number them and you would assign a specific clicker to the specific delegate.
Right.
And the software will take care of the rest.
The clickers are numbered, just so you understand.
Right.
Every clicker, in order to register a vote,
Right,
has a number.
right. But we would be up to whoever's signing them in
Exactly.
to
It's an
assign.
administrative function.
So,
why would you do that though?
so to liken it to an old sixties swingers party, what if you put all the clickers in a big bin and said, help yourself? No one would know what number you have.
No, you had a wild life.
Does that make sense?
Right.
No, it's all,
No,
I mean,
Short, correct and not correct, no, because to get a clicker, you're gonna have to present your ID.
right, right.
But it
But
doesn't
we-
mean you have to record
But
it.
you're given a random number
Right,
clicker.
exactly.
you're given a random
And
number
that
and
clicker,
if we could, because we're gonna be doing a few bylaw changes down the road. We could actually put something in UCO's bylaws that voting would have to remain random. Without
Anonymous.
anonymous, right.
or non-anonymous.
But
That's
it would, if it's in the bylaws, then whoever, 10 years from now, whoever's here would have to change the bylaws in order to make it remain anonymous. Yes, John,
I thought at the other meeting when they were on the screen and this subject came up, that the clicker could be signed to an association, not a personal name.
It can.
again, we could do anything we want, but we choose
Well, why
not
would
to.
you want to do?
You don't want to assign to an association?
No, why would you
No,
do so?
absolutely not.
Well, look, the question on the table right now
Right.
is to whether or not to purchase the.
Right, so
Right,
let's just go, let's just go.
I mean, I would say, as your manager, that the discussion on how to use them or when to use them, especially if it pertains to annual elections, would belong initially in the election committee,
Right,
which we kind of have one.
right.
So
But I mean,
a good
myself
question.
personally, every year we're spending money to have somebody come in, count ballots and do this and do that. And sometimes it can be kind of costly. when we were talking to them, you were here, we gave, how about 10 years? So even if with the two computers and everything, we were to spend $20,000, we're talking $2,000 a year versus 3, 4, or 5,000. And even if we had to spend 1,000 to update it every year, the cost would still be less than what it's costing us to have an outside vendor. Plus, I know what you're gonna say, they
I
can
will see.
actually come in and actually run the election. We can actually, they are willing to come in.
Yeah, we asked
And
that.
we asked that question, can we be hands off? In other words, it'll be our equipment, they'll come in and they'll bring their people and they'll run the election. What that cost is, I don't know. Go ahead,
All
Donald.
right, so every time technology changes,
Mhm.
the rules governing the technology change, and then our procedures have to change to
Yeah.
reflect that. Most recently, we have Zoom. And associations are having Zoom meetings and having them here. Well, this year, the government caught up and made new rules governing the Zoom meetings. Because of those new rules, Hugo had to put together a new procedure to make sure that we were in line with these meetings. And it took a bit, but Erica and Joanne pretty much worked it out. And it worked. I don't think this is any different. Something new is coming.
Right.
Groups and committees just decide how you want to make it work.
David, go ahead.
Some of our bylaws do not accept anything but in-person voting.
Yeah,
So
Right.
when
I agree.
you
And this is-
Zoom, that's-
Well, no,
No,
I'm just talking about technology.
I'm making a comparison to a technology change. I'm not saying it's the same as ours. I'm saying that with this new technology, there'll have to be new procedures. That's for the group to make collectively.
I
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
But no, I'm not saying it has anything to do with 718 or Zoom. I'm just making an analogy.
And
Okay,
what did you
yeah.
say the cost for the voting was, Fausto?
What they're, what,
50,000, the equipment?
15.
Yeah.
from Robert Half, it's a couple of $1,000s every time they come. I don't know, I know it's between 2,000 and 4,000, we've paid as much as 7,000 to have an election when we had an outside person come in.
I know how much the last election cost, and it was not even close to that.
How much was it?
So would you?
$1,090.
Okay, that included for the ballots being printed and everything else?
Talking about that, just talking about the cost.
Oh, you know, you mean for
They printed, were done here.
Why are we getting?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure, but, okay. Oh,
So we're voting on if we want to get these clickers.
it's either, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
do we want to use these, do we want to buy new clickers or not? The ones that we have can't be updated, they're just taking up space.
They're not worth it.
And they're not worth it.
Okay, so
Right,
let's take the
exactly.
vote. And they're getting to
So-
kind of this stuff. Yeah.
How we use them, we'll worry down the line, but it would help to make votes a lot easier instead of having you go out there and have people count. I've seen people raise their hands twice or 3 times. They vote yes, they abstain. So this way here, it's right up there. It's instantaneous. You hit the button and in 60 seconds, you have your vote. It's done. And nobody can say that we somehow manipulated the ballots, manipulated the votes.
Always gonna say.
Well, of course.
Well, you're in
Of
Century
course.
Village, we didn't
Yeah,
expect.
of course.
Century Village.
But I think we're going from a 50-50 chance of something going wrong to maybe a 99.9 to 1/10 of 1% of something going wrong. And if the equipment is right, even when we had shitty equipment,
Yeah,
it still worked pretty good,
yeah.
you know,
I'm
and
the only one in this office that was elected.
I know,
That's right.
that's right, you were actually elected.
I was first.
Yeah, but I mean, my understanding, and we can verify this if we approve this, that that we can record the votes on the machine once they're done.
Some type of a paper trail.
They're right, but my understanding that they do give you a program that allows you to count the votes and what you
Yeah,
voted.
they showed it. They showed it.
They showed it to us.
Yeah.
And also, if I remember correctly, Donald was always there to take a picture of each indoor item that we voted for, so we knew exactly what the votes were. You know,
And those electronic files are all in the Z-Drum.
right, so,
Every time we did. a
Yeah,
vote,
even
Right,
from
right.
that older,
Like,
yeah.
you can
Right.
reproduce any vote that was taken.
right. So,
I mean,
I
Take the
mean,
vote already, and
I-
then talk,
that's why I'm talking.
no, we're supposed to take the vote first and then.
Well, we're discussing
According to
if,
you two,
before you make a decision, you gotta know that all the ups and downs.
I think you did that already.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
call the motion.
Okay, all right. Motion on the floor is to accept Meridia Voting Systems bid with the additional fee of $9.95 per year. Joanne Robinson,
yes.
Tony Burrows, yes. David Boaz.
Yes.
Jerry Sitowski,
Yes.
Bruce Stutzman.
Yes.
Patricia Caputo.
Yes,
Fausto,
Yes,
and that's a count, motion carried, sir.
okay. Thank you, everybody. All right, do we have any other new business? Anything that we did not cover? All right, Jerry, we'll start with you. Officers' reports.
Not much, actually, nothing to report this time.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Bruce.
Nothing to report.
Ooh,
Glad to be sitting here after a harried.
could you give us your experience of spending 6 or 7 days in the lobby?
Actually, Stu made it fun.
Well,
And
because we were a little shorthanded, Bruce spent some time putting barcodes on and greeting the people at the door as they came in.
okay.
I'm not sure who to blame or thank for showing me how to do it and not getting hooked in the details. But, and it went, and there's several people that came in through the week so far that had questions. I was able to be somewhat helpful, if not, there were probably, we have great people manning the reception desk. I should say womaning the reception desk. So, nothing other than that to report.
Okay, Patricia, I know you were away for a few days. You got anything?
No, I was not thinking about this place on my vacation.
Good.
I was happy. I'm very happy to be back in warm weather. I think my bones are still hurting from the dampness. And that's all I have to say. I am taking off tomorrow to catch up on stuff at home. And I'll see you Monday.
David Boaz, you're up.
Nothing new to report.
All right. Okay. Did I miss anybody?
Tony.
Tony.
Tony,
But nothing to do.
Just to be official.
just to be official.
Does the president have anything to say?
Yeah, I was just trying to put this in the right way. I'm trying to, I've been putting a lot of pressure on Donald.
No,
And Donald,
I'm not feeling it.
Donald has been telling me that we have a lot of projects, we have a lot of things going on. And sometimes I feel like we're dragging our feet. And we're dragging our feet not because we're not doing it, it's because have outside influence, the engineer not being here, the people not coming in to doing the survey work, the lawyer or whatever it is. And
A lot of moving parts.
there's a lot of moving parts. And if I come across to some of the people that I push a little too hard, I have not yet begun to push. So I have a few other things that Donald and I have been talking about. And I am just letting everybody know that I'm going to be pushing. I want to get stuff done. Okay? We have an election that's coming up. If you're planning on running, make sure that you let us know. If you're not planning on running, let us know.
Who is the us?
Are you planning on running?
I have not yet decided. Bruce, your term is up.
Mine too.
Patricia's term is up. Jerry and Stuart are up for another year.
What about me?
Said they have one more year. I'm sorry, right? There's only two officers up,
Two.
and you too?
Yeah, I think so.
I heard you're leaving.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what your husband told us. You're done. Yes.
But
Oh, I'm sorry.
My husband said that?
I don't know.
Stuart and Jerry stay on.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He said that.
I said they have one more year. Yeah. Okay. So
Did my husband say that she wanted to know?
that's what he told me. He says, my wife spends too much time at the you go off it. I want her home. You better talk to him.
Fausto, if we want to run or if we don't want to run, we let you know.
There'll be a committee. but you should, it would be nice.
Send a new bio in
Right.
if you're running.
If you're running, we need a bio.
There's
If
no
you're not
such
running,
thing as
and
updating what's in.
there's no hard feelings if you're not gonna run, but I'm in my mind, I would like to, I think I'm done, but in my heart, I feel that I still.
I'm
like-
undone.
I still have more things that I would like to finish
And you should stay.
and,
I agree.
it's, as long as I still can, but I have, my final decision has not been made yet. But I'm just letting everybody know we're getting to that time. Election will be in March. Okay, and, I just want to thank everybody for the effort that everybody puts in. And, sometimes we're a little short, but everybody somehow manages to pitch in and help out. And, I just want to say thank you.
But officially, I'm not
Thank you,
running anymore.
I know.
I want.
And we are gonna have a nice Christmas party. I gotta tell you that.
I'll stay for the Christmas party.
Absolutely.
How I knew that.
Jerry, did you have a second thought about something? It looks like something popped into your head.
The second thought is that I had a new great grandson 2 days ago. So, and
Is he
so
running for
this
president?
this past week, I've had two new great grandchildren.
Wow.
Very good.
Very good.
So,
It's a good
and I
month.
wanted to thank Ruth for her feedback. She knows what I'm talking about.
He sent me a nice column for December already.
All right.
I'll give
Okay.
you my article.
If we have no other new business, another old business, I'll get a second bite at the apple before we close. Do you guys want to have anything you want to say?
Okay.
Hearing none?
I'm gonna there'll be an ad in, Reporter next month about elections,
Okay. That's it.
but you still want me to be an op.
Absolutely, and I don't know, I've been hearing from Ken Graff and John Gregg. I know John Gregg's got his own issues.
That's a different.
But if you want to reach out to somebody to help us, if you can think of somebody that. I've been hearing both of them say that they were done 5 years ago, but yet they're still here, so. If you don't mind running that,
That's all.
okay? I appreciate that. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, everyone.
Jerry, have a
Have a
good
nice
one.
weekend, everybody.
Oh, Jerry.
Thank you.
Did you see my,
Question.
oh, yeah.
Jerry.
Did you see my,
You were gonna,
Sharon,
uh,
and she,
tell
No, I didn't see that.
Secretary, give me the.
she wanted to know, she wanted to, all of our,
Managers.
who the managers are. I don't think we should get
No.
that. She can find out.
Jerry, it's not unification, that's Stuart, he's not here.
It's of yours to know who the manager